It feels like half of the episode is that.
Yeah,
we start selling this as like a 90s history and X-Files podcast.
I mean, I'll do it, but I remember. I think it's funny because we both lived through this.
Mm-hmm.
You were mostly an adult. I was closing in on an adulthood, and I just barely remember any of this. And yet, we always look back at the '90s and be like, "Ah, the '90s, what a great time." Fuck, no, it wasn't.
Well, it was great because we were kids.
Right.
And we could just do whatever the fuck we wanted. And we had no responsibilities and we felt none of the effects of these headlines. Yeah. We'd occasionally hear them and go, huh, this abortion thing sounds kind of like a problem. Somebody should do something about that. Anyway, what was on the Simpsons
That sounds
tonight?
Scary. And I just think it's funny. And I think it's funny now that everyone's kind of like, the 90s are coming back and they're so retro. And I'm like, the 90s really are coming back.
In the worst fucking ways. I know, the more things change, the more they say the same.
You know, and so that's why I started doing it. And it's
I'll tell you what was a really good thing about the 90s is we didn't have to hear about fucking Elon Musk every goddamn day. That's
true. That is very true.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some upsides. I can't think of a lot of them right now.
Let's see. The Super Nintendo is pretty good.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis is pretty good too. It's some good video games. You know, Hardcore in Boston was fun.
Yeah, Boston Hardcore was pretty good. I think if you look back on it now, though.
I know. I've tried to listen to some of those bands and like in the past, and I'm like, I used to like really, really, really like these bands. Like I was into some of these bands, and then I listen to them now, and I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
What are you going to do? So this episode here, Eve. Let's talk Eve. This was written by two dudes named Kenneth Biller and Chris Brancato, who have only written this episode.
And I don't think they were very good at it.
It
sounds like they were not very good at it.
No, prior to this episode, they'd written four. This was like the second thing that they had done. They'd written 4 episodes of Beverly Hills 90210 and nothing else.
And I'll tell you what, if you look at their IMDb credits, not much after it either. I mean, like a lot of weird failed stuff.
Which one of them? I think Chris Brancato is still a writer, and Kenneth Biller has been like a showrunner on a bunch of like just like on everything. And they're still busy, but like it's like nothing that I think we'd talk about, you know.
No, Chris Brancato, I think his latest thing is called Hotel Cocaine.
Sounds interesting.
Well, he also is the creator of Narcos Mexico. I've never watched the Narcos
series. Shows. I hear they're good.
Yeah, well, there you go. This guy did it. I think he was not quite ready for prime time.
Oh my god!
When they stuck him on prime time, because this episode got rewritten pretty heavily.
Yeah, right. I have no idea. I couldn't find. I've tried looking for information about how they came to the project, but like that sort of information just wasn't.
I believe they pitched it. They pitched this to Chris Carter.
Okay, because my impression was that this was something that the network foisted on them.
No. I think they might have been like maybe they had a contract with Fox at the time.
Oh, that would make sense. They could have had like a development deal with them.
Yeah. And so they pitched this to Chris Carter. And it was originally, it was supposed to be called The Girls from Greenwich.
Yeah.
And it was like it was a Boys from Brazil type of thing.
Yeah.
Like that was going to be the idea of the thing. And so he, I guess, liked it enough, but I think once they got done with the draft, they were like, "Oh, this isn't going to work."
I can see that. I mean, and I can understand why the premise is great. I love the premise of this episode.
Ira11, that's who wrote The Boys from Brazil. I was all night last night racking my brain trying to be like, who wrote that fucking book?
Good job, man. I'm proud of you. Yeah, Boys from Brazil. If you're not familiar, 1978 movie about a secret Nazi plot to clone Hitler in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. And that Nazi hiding in Brazil,
Joseph Mengele,
and played by
Frank Langella.
Nope, Atticus Finch.
Oh, God. Jimmy Stewart.
Nope.
Oh, motherfucker. I know. Now I'm going to do it too. He's in The Omen. Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck. Nazi scientist Gregory Peck. In real life. He's also an actor.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to spread as much misinformation as I can.
So when they
Katie Lang, serial killer. Gregory Peck, Nazi doctor.
Jack Kevorkian, country lesbian country star. We've got so this episode was heavily rewritten by Glenn Morgan and James Wong. And you can feel it. This is a very wobbly episode that just wears that rewrite on it. Like it's got it all over it.
I think they, maybe more than anyone else, liked Goofy Mulder.
Yeah.
They seem like we get a lot of Goofy Mulder from them.
Yes.
Which I'm on board for. I also like Goofy Mulder.
I love Goofy Mulder.
I don't like Serious Mulder very much.
No, because we're going to get Serious Mulder in the next episode.
I know.
Boy, we've got a lot to talk about on that one. Episode director was Fred Gerber, who, like Biller and Brancato, only directed one series episode for The X-Files, but remarkably, he did 2 episodes for the bonkers musical police procedural Cop Rock.
And I'll tell you what, he also did 2 movies I watched recently, A Christmas Promise and The Gift of Peace. Where can they be found? On the Hallmark Channel, of course. And I loved them both.
I wonder if there is a sort of like pipeline, X-Files to Hallmark Channel pipeline.
It might be a Vancouver pipeline.
That's probably it.
I mean, I think when it comes to Hallmark, it's just like, hey, do you know how to turn the camera and tell them where to point it? Good, you're hired.
Right. The band Eve 6 is named after this episode. You're probably not aware of this. Their singer is very active. I don't know if he's still on Twitter, but he may have been banned by Elon at this point. But he was very notable for a while for being very engaged with other people on like Twitter.
Okay.
And
engaged in what way?
He would like just like tweet at people, but he has a really strange sense of humor where he would like tweet at other celebrities and be like, you like that Heart in a Blender song? And like sometimes people would like get back at him, but then eventually like he became sort of disgusted with the political landscape of this country. And just like every time like somebody with like MAGA in their profile would tweet at him, he'd be like, fuck you, get the fuck away. Don't listen to my music. Fuck you.
Oh, so he's like a leftist.
Yeah.
See, I think that's weird because I feel like so many of these 90s rock guys are like weird maggots.
Yeah.
Like Smash Mouth and Kid Rock.
No, not the Eve 6 guy. He's apparently very funny.
Well,
I believe he's on Blue Sky now.
I kind of like those singles. They're not bad. That one song at the party the video was good.
Heart in a Blender. You like that Heart in a Blender?
That was a different song. I did like it. It was fine.
It's not bad.
I mean, Fastball is probably another band that he seems like he's probably a bit of a leftist as well.
Probably. I couldn't tell you. But when I went, I was like, yeah, let's see if there's any information about that. And I ended up on their Wikipedia article, and there's a little thing about his Twitter use, just a little blurb at the bottom, and then apparently people refer to him as the anti-Trapped Twitter user, and so I clicked through to the Trapped band page on Wikipedia, and it's a huge section at the bottom of their article labeled social media use, and it's all
what
about
is Trapped?
Some fucking shithead rock band.
Oh,
and apparently that guy is like the complete opposite. He's like a MAGA guy, and he's like always calling people slurs and shit like that.
Yeah, can't cancel this.
Yeah, he's really big on cancel culture.
Like, don't worry, buddy. You canceled yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he got banned at one point, but who knows? Free speech. It's very important that we bring these people back.
Let's get the guy from Eve 6 on this show.
I'm gonna hit him up. I'll be like, you want to come on out? You want to come on the 90s show? We should have got him for this episode.
Or he can be on Bring Me the Axe. We'll have him on Bring Me the Axe. We'll watch a 90s movie. Maybe we can watch a movie with one of their songs. And I don't know what that is.
Can't Hardly Wait, maybe.
That's not a horror movie, but it is a great movie. I'm putting it on the schedule. I'm putting that on the schedule. We're going to get Ash and Elena, and we're going to get the guy from Eve 6. It's going to be a party. I'm going to throw Johnny and Eileen in there, too, just for the hell of it.
They probably could pull down the Eve 6 guy.
Oh, hell yeah. We can get anybody we want.
Yeah, right. We gotta capitalize on that. Anyway, though not acknowledged, the story bears similarities to the story of. Do you know Edward Galland, David Kellman, and Robert Shafran? No. They were those triplets in the 80s.
Oh yes.
So this had to have been inspired at least a little bit by them, because they were sort of like low level celebrities in the 80s where they'd show up on TV and like in movies.
Yeah, they were on like talk shows a lot.
You've been listening to a sample of our Patreon exclusive podcast, Do You Think I'm Spooky? For access to all our past premium episodes, go to patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod, where you can subscribe for $5 a month. Your support also gets you access to Radio Free Haddonfield, my bi-weekly DJ show for the weeks when Do You Think I'm Spooky is off. That's an extra episode of content on the weekly from your favorite podcast. We love and appreciate every one of our listeners, and your support makes this whole enterprise worthwhile. Once again, that's patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. Sign up for the $5 tier today.